Hello students, welcome to this session. In this session we are gonna see a project, right? So I'm gonna tell you how this project has been created, and I'm gonna show you how exactly we can do that, right? Before that, let us see the output of the project. So open with live server, you can see the output. This is the home page of my project. So this is basically a personal portfolio page. So you can create your own portfolio page, right? So this is my home page. So this is how it looks. Here I have an icon, so you can put your own image there. There's a name, and I have given different buttons over here for my different social media. You can see Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Skype, LinkedIn, right? So you can give different social media icons over here to get connected. So whoever wants to visit your website, if they want to get connected to all these things, they can just click on this and it will be redirect to your page, right? So you can do that as well. But right now I have not collaborated that. I have just made a single static web page. Now this is the home page. When I click on it, this is the home page. So this here I have given a typing effect. As you can see, it is typing, right? So I'll tell you how exactly it can be done. So again, when I click on about, it will go to my about section. It's like a sliding down thing. So you can see it slided down, right? So you can do that as well. So this is my about section. About data is there. You can see birthday, age. I have not given my original details here. All the things are random, so you can give your original details. So I'm going to share you the code for it as well, so you can go through it and you can do that, right? So this is about my about section. So once I come down again, I have given facts. So you can see a counter, right? So you can see that counter: 5,000 students trained, 10 projects, keynote addresses 25, certifications 5, right? So all these facts about you can be put on your website. Basically it's called a web resume. So you can create your web resume like this. So once I scroll down, you can see the skills, right? So you can see HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, WordPress, CMS, right? So Angular. So whatever skills you have gained, you can just put it on your website like this, right? I'm going to show you how exactly to be done. Next, this is my actual resume. How you see in your resume paper or an A4 sheet, the same way I've created a digital resume here. You can see the summary section is here: place, phone, email. Then I've not given original details, random details, or just dummy details. You can see postgraduate, undergraduate, professional experience, post name, right? So all these things you can directly give it in your resume. Next thing comes is your portfolio. That means your images. So basically, what kind of images do you have? All the things I've created like this. So whoever wants to see, you can give any names in that, right? So maybe you can give parties, you can give any names, business conferences, keynote addresses, right? So all those things, if you do it differently, all the things will be accommodated like the sections over there, right? So you can do that as well. Now when you come down, you can see the testimonials. So let me show you the testimonials here. So when I scroll down, you can see the testimonials, right? So what is this testimonials exactly? This is nothing but what people has told about you, right? So this is how you can actually integrate it in your system. Now when you come down, you can see the contact page as well, right? So you can see the contact page, location, email, call, phone number. You can put a map here. I have already told you guys how to integrate a map using iframe, right? So again, a form has been created like this. So you can type your message and send message. So whoever wants to send message, they can just type it here and send message. So it will be directly uploaded in the database. Now that is the whole different section. This is a single static web page, right? So let me show you how do we actually create this single static web page. So let me go back to my Visual Studio Code. Here let me just show you how exactly we do it. So I've opened different file here, right? So you can see the style.css, the CSS file here. There are around thousands of lines of code which has been written, right? So you can see JS files here as well. So before that, what you have to do is you will have to add the bootstrap. You will have to add everything. So what I have done, I have created a folder called assets. Now under that vendor I have created, under vendor bootstrap is there, and under bootstrap CSS, and I have copied the bootstrap CSS file here. You can see I have included that here, right? Again, for the fonts I have included here from fonts.googleapis.com. So you can do it from fontawesome.com, Flaticon. You can see there are different types of fonts available. You can actually choose it from different website. So I have chosen fonts.googleapis here. So that is the most reliable ones, right? So again, for vendor, in vendor I have already have one more icon based font, that is eco font. So eco font is already there in my folder, so I have already included that as well here, ecofont.min.css. So that's basically a CSS file for icons. Next we have boxicons, right? So again, for the icons, Next Veno box I have. Next carousel, for a particular carousel I have used this owl.carousel. So you can use different, these are all available in the websites in the Google, right? So you can just type different CSS files for different things. You can just download it, or if you want to write it, you can also absolutely write it, but it takes lot of time. Why? Because there are thousands of lines of code which exist in this particular web page. So that is what I have done. I have downloaded this CSS files and I have made changes according to my project. Again, I have used font awesome here, as you can see, https fontawesome.com. Again, I have added one more style sheet here called style.css. This is my own styling, right? So all these things I have done it. You can see all the different stylings available here, right? So you can do that as well. Next, when you come down, see, again I have given an inline style for this section, particularly for a background image 2.php. This basically the background image, whatever you are seeing here, that name is 2.jpg. So you can directly add a background image there. So now coming to the main point, this is the main point, right? So header. In header I have created this flex column. So basically what this does, it offers this particular flex. So let me do some changes and see what happens. You can see it became something like this, right? So you need to have this column here to make sure that it is properly aligned like this, right? So this is how you can actually create your project easily. Then I've given the class name as profile. Now profile already exists in my class CSS, so you don't have to do that. And again, this this is an image. This particular image is pro.jpg, right? So that is why I have given pro. If I want to give it as again 2.jpg, just control save it. You can see the same image, right? So as an icon. For that, you can see class image fluid rounded circle. So if it is not rounded, let me check. You can see it is square now. Correct? So that is how you can actually make some changes in your project. Next, text light, I've given my name. Then I've given all the different Twitter box, Twitter icon, Facebook icon, Instagram icon, Skype icon, LinkedIn icon, right? This is how you have to create. And also anchor tag I've given because I want to make it as a link, not just as an icon. I want to make it as a link, and that is why I've given anchor tag here. And also I tag is also there for icons, right? So coming down, again, navigation menu. In navigation menu, you can see home, about, resume, portfolio, contact. Now if I want this sliding effects, now you can see this sliding effect, right? So if I want this sliding effect, you will have to give the section name here, ash section name. So let me show you ash about, right? So let me come down and see the about. You can see section ID equals about. So what I've given here, you can see the section ID. Correct? So this is how you can actually give a sliding effect by using ID name, that is ash ID name for that particular section. So it gives you a sliding effect in the same web page. Again, I have given an icon for that is box user. You can see the different icons like this, right? So that you can do it. Next you have again resume, for that again a different icon that is blank. Again for a portfolio you have a different icon. Again for a contact you have different icons. So all these icons are available in Boxicon. So you can directly download it from the website. So let me show you how to do it. You have different, maybe you can go to Flaticon. You can just type Flaticon, right? So Flaticon, when you go to Flaticon, you can see different icons which are available. You can directly download it like this, right? So, or if you want Boxicons, you can just go back, search for Boxicons, premium web friendly icons. Just see here, you can find different types of icons which are available, right? Again, if you want to go to Font Awesome, that is also fine. You can go to Font Awesome. So that was about your icons. Now I've created a button here, button, all these things does not matter. So come down. Yes, now this is very important section. I've created a section called ID hero. For hero, I've created a style that is background. Correct? So that is why you have that background image. Flex column, justify content, center. So it will be in the center, align item center. So it will be in the center. Now hero container, data iOS fade in. So we are giving a fade in effect now, right? So fade in effect. So for fading effect for this particular statements. Now very important, class I have given typed. So this is already described in CSS. You don't have to define it here. Then data typed icons I have given TechWord Labs Private Limited. If you want to change anything, you can just give, again I'm going to give my name, control save. Now go back to home. So let me just go back. You can see it has been typing. You can see the typing, right? So this is how you can, this is already there in data typed icon, the class typed. so you don't have to do any changes over there. You just have to give the text, so it will give you a typing effect. That is the beauty of Bootstrap, right? So all the things are predefined. You will just have to make some little changes to create your websites. Now coming down, you can see main ID, section ID. I told you about, right? So in about, what are the things? Come down, you can see in about I've created a image here, then I've given the name, again some statements, again all this birthday, website, phone. So how to do it? Come down here and you can check different divisions I have created for everything. You can see division, class, section, title I have given, about, and this lorem ipsum text. So that is available in your text editor as well. If you just type lorem and press tab, you can find all the details of lorem ipsum. All the random text will be imported. Now again I've created a row here. For this particular row I've created here, you can see, right? So for that particular row I've given this technical manager full stack web developer, right? So that is column LG8. So if I change it as 4, control save, go back, you can see it will become like this, right? So you will have to make sure, you will have to try an error, right? So it is basically like that. You will have to try it. If you don't like it, change some numbers over there, change some text over there, change some classes over there, and you will get your output as you design, right? So you'll have to make some changes. So basically it is a try and error thing. So you can do that. And font italic I have used for lorem ipsum. You can see it is italic here. So why? Because it is italic, because I have given italic here, font italic, right? So it is already a class in Bootstrap. So now if it is not there in Bootstrap, you can write your own file here. So right, you can write your own file. You can see the own style.css here. So if it is not available in your Bootstrap, you can directly add it here. Now you can see I've used echo font rounded right. For what? I have used for birthday. Go back, check for birthday, right? So I've given this icon, right? So this basically, these icons, all the icons are same. I've given right. So if I do it left, let me check. You can see it is left now, correct? So these are all the minor changes which are there. So it depends on your project, your website, about what you are actually creating. I made this text as strong as well. As you can see, it is a strong text here, right? So if you don't want strong text, you can directly remove it. This is about the icons for the birthday, website, phone, and everything. Again, for the next, this is particularly one column, right? You can see this particularly, this is one column, and again in one more column is there for age and degree. The same thing you will have to do. The same thing again, I'm doing it here and just changing the text over there, right? So basically you have actually a row where you have 2 columns. That is why I've given this 2 columns, right? Now coming down, close all the division tags, close all the necessary text. If you want, just close it and close the section as well. So one section is completed. Now the next section, that is the fact section. So let me go to fact section. Here I have used counter. So let me show you what counter. For counters you need to have JavaScript. So let me tell you how. First I've added this section ID, class, facts, all these things are you already know about. You'll just have to add all of these things. Again h2 is given, paragraph tag is given. Now row, no gutters, right? So come back down, you can see spaceship. What is a spaceship? This particular thing which is not available in FA. Let me do one thing. You can add different box icon icons here. For example, I will add let me add the same icon which was there. Maybe I'm gonna add this particular icon again. So rounded icon. So let me go back here, right? So where is it? Yeah, here let me add this particular thing. Go back, you can see this, right? So you can add your own icons over there like this. If you want, you can go to, I told you already, you can go to Flaticon. So many other websites are there for your icons, so you can go there and download it. So now counter up, right? This particular thing, counter up, this particular thing is in your JavaScript. So let me show you the JavaScript files which I've added here. When you come down, you can see all these things are vendor JavaScript files. As you can see, there's a counter up file here as well, right? So this is basically the counter up, which will actually give you the output of this counters, all these things. If you want to open it, you'll just have to go to this particular file. So let me go to JS file, vendor first. In vendor, let me go to counter up. Now you can see counter up done min, right? So you can actually do that as well, right? So that is one thing. Now when you go up, So this basically you can download all these counter files. If you don't want to code, you can download all these counter files and you can take it from things, and you can make some changes on it and you can show your website, because I already told you nowadays people are using WordPress and everything, right? So if you want to sit to create a project, it might take you maybe 10 days or 12 days, but if you are just taking the CSS files or JavaScript files, it would be very easy for you to create your own websites, right? So again, here I've given the counter number, that is till 500 it goes up and it stops at 500. Again, the bottom text which I've given students trained, again some random text lorem ipsum, right? So for that again I have to give this class LG, because I want it to be in the second position or third position or fourth position. I'll have to make sure I'll have to divide those columns particularly for each and everything, right? So that is why I will have to give this columns, different columns here. Next we have count box, again the same thing, count box, counter up. Then we have counter up again here, again how many counters you want, till 10 you want to make it count up, so you can do that. Next, whatever text I have given, projects I have given here, then again a random text called lorem ipsum. Now when you come down, the same thing we have given for all the other things, you can see again counter up. You'll just have to change the contents over there, right? So that is the end of fact section. Now very important, coming to skills section. Now how do we actually do this? This is a progress bar. I have already told you in Bootstrap, right? So this is a progress bar. So let me show you how a progress bar works. Coming to this skills, you can see some random text are there. You can put your own random text there, right? So div class, row, skills, content, again you can see fade up, right? Progress, skill, progress is for progress bar. You can see the progress bar wrap, right? So again, how many percent class, I class equals value, how many percent, 100%. As you can see, HTML is 100% here, correct? So again, for one more thing, you can see all these things are available in Bootstrap. Okay, you can download, you can just copy this Bootstrap thing from the official website and do that. Now when you come down again for the second one, that is 90%, the same thing, you'll just have to change the value to 90% here. Again, coming to down, again add your next one, that is JavaScript, again change the value of it. The same thing happens for next all the, if you know one particular thing how to do it, it will become very easy for you to actually do it for every other thing, right? So we finished the skill section. Next we have the resume section. Now resume section, let me tell you, resume section is very interesting. As you can see, all the rows has been created, class equals row, all these things you can do it because it is a div tag, so you can directly do it. Next we have resume title, resume item pb0, my name, my text. Now again I've created a list here. As you can see, this is a list, right? So this is a unordered list. You can see if you want it ordered list, just change it to OL here, so it will become a ordered list, correct? So you can do that as well, so it is very easy. Now again the same thing, list, again here PEM, college name. What is EM here? You can see this particular thing, so this is particularly EM tag, so you can do that. Again you can add your paragraph tag. All these things are same. If you know it for one, you can directly get it, right? So it's not necessary for you to write each and everything. Now this particularly class equals, it will be available in your Bootstrap. If it is not, you can directly download it from your different website. So maybe let's check if we find some different CSS files. You can see CSS files here. You can come down, all these things opens. Maybe you can add example CSS files, right? So let me add example CSS example. Okay, let me add files. Come down, you can see here when you go to GitHub, you can directly find different types of CSS files. Those were already registered it, right? So let me go and check in GitHub as well, CSS files. You can see there are different people who have already created different type of CSS files. So if you think it is very useful for you in your project, you can directly download it, just make some minor changes in your project and your project would be ready, right? So resume is very simple. Directly you are creating a list here, not very much difficult. Next, coming to portfolio section. In this portfolio section, you can see ID I have given as portfolio, class again portfolio section, BG big, right? So you can see all these things, all these are dummy text, you can directly put it. Now comes the main part, that is row. Fade up, array in column, you are separately dividing it to column. You can see different columns, right? So basically there are 3 columns and 3 rows. So there are 3 columns and 3 rows. So let me show you how this 3 columns and 3 rows. Again, I've given the image names, again different things, image links I've given. If you want, you can put the links as well, right? So again, row, same thing. If you know it for one, you can do it for rest of the other things as well. So this is about your portfolio. Now coming to again testimonial part, very simple testimonial. You have carousels here, different types of carousels here. From owl carousel, you can directly use that owl carousel. If you want, you can just go to Google, you can just type owl carousel. When you go it, you can see GitHub is there. For that, you can directly download it, owl carousel, like this, right? You can see this owl carousel. You can directly download it and you can actually use it. There are different types of carousel. Let me show you. Different types of carousels. You can see classic carousel, roundabout carousels. You can see, you can actually go to freefrontend.com and you can see this 9 different carousels which are available. Bootstrap carousels, JavaScript carousels, jQuery carousels, React carousel, Vue carousels, right? So you can see these different types. So basically this is how it works, right? So if you want anything, you can make a card like this as well. So all these things are already available, right? So you don't have to actually code for each and everything. You'll just have to go check whatever is your requirement, see it. If you want, you can do the changes, or if you want to practice it, just copy it, see the changes, make sure what changes can you do in it, and you can just do that particular thing, right? So again, the carousel, you can see add a carousel. I can write your own text here. Next, contact section, very simple. You'll just have to add this. First of all, you'll have to create class for everything. Email, again, font you are using here, you're giving the email, info example, same thing. Phone number you can add. Now iframe, I've already told you how to use iframes. You will have to, let me show you once again. When you go to maps.google.com, you can just type, maybe I'll type it as TechWid Labs, right? So TechWid Labs, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this, embed a map, copy this. So come back, let me delete this, right? So let me delete this and show you. Control save it, go back, scroll down, you can see the TechWid Labs here, right? But it is too big, so what you can do is you can actually decrease the height of it. Maybe I'm going to give it as 300 here. So control save, you can see it properly now, correct? So this is how you can make changes in your respective programs. Now again, forms. So I already know we have created different types of forms already. So here I've created a normal form, form group, column, MD6, text, validate, form group, right? So you can see name, email, validate, all these things are also there. If you don't want to use validate, you no problem, right? So nothing will happen there, because see, this is only a front end part. If you're using validate, basically it is for the back end. So I'm not using back end here, so it is only a single page web application, so that is why I'm doing this, right? So again, if you want, you can put any other. Now comes the important part, that is just different JS files which I've included here. Now this JS files you can directly download it. Maybe if you want counter up JS, when you go this, you can see this particular counter up, right? So when you go to this, you can see particular JSON as well, jQuery as well, counter up. So if you click on this, you can see the whole code which has been written here. You can just, maybe you can download it, or you can just copy this, control A here, control A, right? So or just copy this from here to there, entire thing you can copy, counter rep, right? So again, the same thing, easing, bootstrap, bundle, isotope, all these things are already available in your website, so you can actually directly download it, right? So this is about the project. So if you want, I told you already, you can just have a look at it once again. I've added different CSS files, then I've added the background image over there, then I've added different texts, different icons using boxicons. Now where is boxicons? Boxicons I've already downloaded here. If you want to use CDN, you can directly use CDN by going to boxicon CDN. Go to this, you can directly see, you can directly install it using npm. You can copy the script as well, all the CDN, right? So all these things are already available. You just have to copy it, paste it in a program and make some changes in your program and create your web pages, right? So this is how you can create your own project. So I will be uploading this particular file so you can actually get to know what I have done it here, right? So you can use that as well, right? So this is about your project which you can use in your particular personal. I've already given an assignment on it, so you can actually use this for that. So right, so you can see again I'm going to show you some files here. You can see different files, easing files, jQuery. If you want to download it, you can download it, or else you can directly add your CDN things here. AOS, vendor is nothing. See, always remember when you are creating a project, create three different folders. One is for assets, right? Again is for one more is for your images, and one more is your JS files. Or if you want to include it in this one particular asset, so you can do one thing, you can create a folder called asset. Inside asset you can add vendor, images, JavaScript, CSS, jQuery, right? So you can create different folders inside assets, and you can directly give all these things in this particular thing. Or it would be very difficult for you to actually put all the files in one single thing. So that is why you will have to create different folders for that, to make it very easy for you to understand all the things, right? Well, let me show you how organized the things are. Let me go here, TechWord Labs, FSWD, portfolio. Now you can see, right, assets. In assets I've created CSS, images, JS, and vendor. In vendor you have different things, that is waypoints, Venobox, typed, phone email, oral carousel, jQuery using jQuery, isotope layout, ecofont, counterup, boxicons, bootstrap, AOS, right? So again you have in images you have different kind of images. In style you have style.css. In JavaScript you have main.javascript, right? So basically you can do like this as well. So this is how you actually create a project, right? So don't assume that you will directly put in one folder and do that. It would be difficult for you to actually analyze it, right? So when you create this organized form of formats, then it will be very easy for you to actually get that particular file, right? So this is about your project, and you can use it in your personal portfolio web page, right?